Today I fucked up by getting a dog. I, M25. Decided to get my girlfriend, F25, a puppy. We have been together for 5 years and I think it is safe to say that there are no problems in our relationship. We went to the same college, graduated, became more mature, started working. We did all of these big steps in our lives together. She is just wonderful, very caring, soft-spoken. She is a good cook too. We rarely fight because most of the time before the argument escalates, one of us apologizes, and we do have this one rule. If we fight over something, we should never fight about it again because it should be solved in that moment, so eventually we ran out of things to fight about. She is very caring to the point where it is quite weird when she is not around. Give me what I want. Greets me at the door when I come over. Cooks me what I want to eat. She even gets up in the middle of the night when I am hungry to cook something. Now I don't want you to think that I am this paralyzed, limp guy that gets served. Of course I also do the same, but she is just that much more caring. She give me her full attention every time we are together. Fast forward to last year. My girlfriend had some sort of family problem which spiraled her into loneliness, and I think she is experiencing depression. Since she lives alone and I can only visit every few weeks and stay for a few days, I searched for solutions since it feels bad leaving her alone. Can't stay together because of work reasons. Now this is where I foo. Based on some research I decided to get her a puppy. I got a small brown Shih Tzu puppy with a brown nose. I researched about the dog very well so that it matches her lifestyle, and upon reading, this puppy's behavior suits her very well. A chillhouse dog that does not grow very big and is very easy to take care of. Me and my siblings decided to surprise her with the puppy. I brought her into a room where the puppy with pink ribbon collar is waiting, and it ran straight to her. I have been taking care of this mutt for a few days before the surprise, and it did not give a shit about me, but I guess the person she just met is more fun, I guess? She cried, took a picture with it immediately, cry some more, and then played with the puppy, cried during the playtime, then they went home. What a cute picture, right? No. I did not realize what this puppy will become. After a few weeks, I came over. No door greeting, but I did hear some giggling in the room, and to my surprise, they are cuddling in the bed. The puppy has a shirt on. She literally sewed a shirt for the dog, with dog shoes and everything. Beside the door is a pink crate with 2 pink dog bowls. She looks at me and said, "Oh, you're here already?" Then continued playing with the dog. I am not even gonna say anything. Usually when I come over, she immediately asks me what I want to eat. Not this time. She gave me a kiss though for getting her a dog. The dog just plays with her and sleeps on the bed in the middle of us. Saying that she treats the dog like her own kid is an understatement. She brings it everywhere, to the mall, public market, getting iced coffee, everywhere. Now I am sitting here in bed, watching this gremlin steal my girl, make her laugh and everything, and there is dog food on my shoes. The dog is taking over our relationship. I did ask her if the dog and I are hanging on a cliff, and before I even finish the moral dilemma question, she said, I am saving her of course. So yeah. I am now wearing a dog bag in the front where the mutt is strapped with me in the mall. I does feel great that I no longer receive any texts that she feels lonely when I am away. Actually I got less texts because she is busy hanging out with the pup. Her mood has gotten a lot better, which is awesome. Edit. Please don't think that I hate the dog or the impact she had as a pet for my girl. I was just really surprised how she loves that gremlin. I love them both, of course. Too long did not read. I got my girlfriend a dog and now she loves the mutt more than me. Good thing you didn't get her a husky. Seriously, you gave your girlfriend a puppy. One of the cutest, best behaved, most affectionate breeds in the world. And you are jealous because you aren't the only one your girlfriend cares about now? Because she's not lonely now? Because your girlfriend isn't waiting for you at the door? Maybe you should reread your post. You didn't F you by getting a puppy. But you will if you don't know how to get over your envy. We have been together 5 years and I think it's safe to say there are no problems in our relationship. Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing. The puppy has a shirt on. She literally sewed a shirt for the dog. This line got me. Congratulations on the best possible mistake. We do need to see the offending pup though. Must pay dog tax with pics. Today I fucked up by using the biggest bathroom stall. Whenever I use the public restroom, I always pick the biggest stall if it's available. I'm not a person with a disability, I just enjoy the luxury of a bigger stall when I see it. I never really thought much about it because it never caused any problems. Until today. Today, I went into my local Target and headed to the biggest stall for my big afternoon dump because it was free and the restroom was empty. About 4 minutes into my dump, I hear a click-clacking of a wheelchair glide through. It's bad. My asshole clenched immediately. I hesitated to apologize and to call out that I'll come out. But I don't. I keep my mouth shut and wait in agony as I hear the fellows struggle with their wheelchair in a normal-sized stall. As soon as they settled onto their seat and began their business, I beelined straight out of there. I couldn't finish my dump until 11 p.m. that night. I was guilt-driven into constipation. I'll never use a big stall again. To whomever it was, I'm deeply regretful and I sincerely apologize. Too long did not read. I used the handicap stall in the restroom and a person with a wheelchair wheeled in. Edit. Wow. I didn't expect this to blow up. I did. It was a big fuck up. I'll respond as much as I can, but I might miss some. I'll also answer some FAQ. 1. I did wash my hands, albeit only with water because there was no soap in the dispenser. 2. I really do wish I had spoken up at that moment and apologized. I've always perceived myself as courageous, but I suppose that's why people say you never really know true colors until things happen. I think I was just way too ashamed to say anything. Just truly speechless at the events that were unfolding right before me. It was like instant karma for the ignorance I held, and I will never forget that lesson. I felt convicted to share it publicly so that everyone could learn along with me. 3. I agree with the people that are stating that individuals without disabilities are often ableists, because ableism tends to grow from ignorance and apathy, and no one can truly know the hardships of living with a disability unless they have one. So please do not downvote these people who are making these types of claims, because it's true, and I'm okay, and I'm aware that I'm guilty. That is why I am here. 4. Controversial opinion. I repeat, controversial opinion. But I'm starting to think that the only reason why the biggest stall in the restroom is not lawfully reserved for the handicapped is because there isn't really a way to uphold that law. It's not like they will station an officer to ticket you for going in there without a handicap sign. So use my horrifying anecdote as a reason for you to remind others to reserve that spot for someone else who really requires it. Man, I must be feeling really guilty. I wish the entire world was more accessible to everyone, but that is sadly not the case. Maybe the best we can do is to remind each other of the little things we can choose to do to increase another person's quality of life. In this case, a person with a disability. I am so tired. I'm going to bed. I will respond tomorrow, maybe. Edit 2 was because I accidentally pressed done before I was done, and edit 3 was to let you guys know why. I hear it's etiquette here to let other people know why you edited something. IDK. I hope I have no typo. I beelined straight out of there. Did you at least give a courtesy flush? It's not the end of the world. I say this as a wheelchair user. I like it when the accessible stall is free, but my day doesn't end if it's not. Maybe do a courtesy flush though. The stall isn't reserved only for handicapped people. You didn't do anything wrong. It's an accommodation, not a reservation. You know, a really similar thing happened to me yesterday. Except I had violent diarrhea and none of the other stalls were open, so I didn't have a choice. But I still get the guilt. Today I fucked up by running out of the house when my wife got home. TIFU. I decided to follow my wife's career several years ago, despite finding success in my career. Financially, it was the smart choice and it was taking us overseas. Who would turn down getting to live in Europe and Asia? We recently moved to a new country and I have not gotten a job in our new location. I am not a good house husband. I'm trying. But with summer vacation and my children destroying anything I clean within minutes, I am just depressed and anxious 24/7. Not to mention all the boxes of stuff that still aren't unpacked. My wife likes going out with her friends, perfectly understandable. But it is getting to be every other night, sometimes until 4-5 am. It's really hard on me, because she doesn't communicate and I don't know if she's okay. We have had some marital issues in the last, mostly due to communication, but this is new to this location. Tonight I was basically having crazy anxiety mixed with what felt like claustrophobia. I had to get out of the house. I haven't left in days. She came home late and I just said, I have to go. And left when she got home. Went to the mall, had dinner and walked around. Gone maybe 3.5 hours. When I got home she was gone with our kids. I just assumed they went to dinner. I went to the gym in our housing development for a while, but she still wasn't home. Until almost midnight it is radio silence, despite me messaging and calling. Get a hold of one of our mutual friends, just to make sure she and the kids were okay. Finally she texts me to stop calling people and that they are okay. I'm lost. Divorce is just an unacceptable option. Being on the other side of the planet from my kids is not okay with me. Nor could we even afford plane ticket and/or shipping my dog and crap back to the USA. Did I mention I just bought a brand new $60,000 vehicle that will need shipped back? Just needed to vent. Thanks Crown for giving me the courage to post. Also sorry for any typos. I blame the alcohol. Too long did not read. House husband. Had anxiety and ran out of the house when wife got home. Wife took the kids and disappeared. Edit. I hate it, but you all were right, she admitted to sleeping with an active duty guy. I'm still in denial. Opening parenthesis. Edit 2. By request, we are talking it out. Once I figured out who it was, she didn't hold back. We talked about our lack of sexy times for 3+ years or so. The IVF treatments, her gastric bypass and tummy tuck, and everything we've gone through as a couple. She swears it's just sex, and because of who it is and the situation, I believe her. Can't go into details too much, to protect everyone, at least until it blows up. After hours of crying, talking, yelling, etc., we decided to try an open marriage for a bit. See if we can make it work. That would be a whole other post. The other person is in an open marriage, so maybe. Time will tell. I'll be dealing with mental health repercussions for a while. But maybe I'll find myself a side chick or dude or convince her threesomes are the way. If it just sex, then so be it. I'll do anything for my kids. Who knows, maybe it'll end up with a really wild sex life for the both of us. It is certainly the most financially affordable option at the moment. We have agreed to set back money for lawyers, if we get to that point. Thank you everyone for the support. You two need to talk. You're both exhibiting symptoms of extreme anxiety and avoidance. What kind of career does your wife have where she can stay out until 4 or 5 a.m. every other night? When does she work? Yeah, going out every other night with friends until 4-5 am generally means she is having an affair. Sorry guy. She is likely having extramarital affairs. The instant you walked out to go have a minute to yourself, you no longer had value to her. Why is divorce an unacceptable option? This sounds like a pretty miserable existence. Got anxious just reading about you two. Who doesn't communicate with their spouse, especially when they are gone with the kids? So bizarre. Today I fucked up by mistaking my coworker's boyfriend for someone who assaulted me. Throwaway ACC for obvious reasons. Names are changed as well. TW for assault, sexual assault. About 2 years ago I met this guy on a dating app and we arranged to meet up. It had only been a couple weeks of texting. I'll keep this part short. We met up and he sexually assaulted me. Ended up lying about his status and gave me an STD. Very traumatic and I'm still recovering from all of it. Fast forward. My job right now is short-staffed, so people from local stores have been coming to help fill in. Sarah has come a few times within the past couple of months. She's pretty cool and we hit it off, so we exchanged socials. Like with any new friend, you go through their account. That's when I saw a picture of him. I felt like I was going to throw up. I started freaking out. I saw Sarah a couple of times after that but decided not to say anything, although it was eating me alive. Yesterday she came to my job again. I should mention up to this point I didn't know they were dating. There was nothing on either of their pages that showed them as a couple. I thought they were simply friends. After work I sat Sarah down and we had a conversation about it. We went back and forth about it and the conversation went well. She even knew that he had that STD before. This is when she told me they were together. Later on in the night she texts me asking for more details to confront him. I didn't have much info or screenshots from the incident because I wanted nothing to do with him after that. She comes back with proof that it's not the same person. I feel like I'm losing my mind and being invalidated. I would have bet all I had that it was the same person. After a mini meltdown, getting my old phone to look at the camera roll, and a long FaceTime call with my best friend who helped me figure this out, it wasn't the same guy. The resemblance is uncanny though. Same face structure, facial hair, piercings, same hair type, length, and dye. They both are musicians as well, so their socials are practically identical. They even live in the same area of town. My friend thought I was showing her the same guy when comparing the two. I felt absolutely awful for what I had done, so I sent her an thank you for trying to figure this out for me, a short explanation of my mistakes, pics of the other guy, and an apology. I haven't gotten a response yet. I know it will be practically impossible to have a friendship after this, but I hope she can forgive me for my mistake. I know the circumstances are pretty severe. More than anything I don't want her to think I made everything up and was trying to start problems. It was an honest mistake. TLR, my coworker's boyfriend looks like practically identical to a guy that assaulted me. I told her I thought it was the same guy. I was wrong. Edit to add. It wasn't a bad hookup. It was not consensual. I had made that abundantly clear. It was violent. I didn't want to get into specifics because it would go against the guidelines of this sub and because I didn't feel it was necessary to practically prove my trauma. You need help. Get professional help. Both musicians, same facial structure, and they have the same STD? That's a hell of a coincidence. I think this is just bad luck, seems so unlikely. I'm curious, what made you sure it wasn't him? So she didn't respond back after you sent her pics of the other dude? Thinking face.